Leg. How y'all doing? Great. Well, yeah, I'm just now. I'm realizing that I am a couple of minutes early for midnight meditation with Emma, but that gives everybody time to get in and get settled, get connected, and all that good stuff, and what have you. Uh, so I'm not sure what I'm doing over here. Oh, I'm trying to make sure that my chat is up and ready so that I don't have to stumble over my words or whatever, but or reading what anyone has to say. But I welcome one, I welcome all. Hope you've had a good week this far. I pray that all is well with your lives, your family, and your spirit. You know, tonight's midnight meditation is very interesting. I was talking to some other people earlier today because I read meditations. I do the meditation with a couple of other people, and this topic today was very controversial. You know, with my little small group, and it was. I mean, but it was interesting to listen and hear different perspectives of what people had to say and how they felt, and if they agreed or disagreed with the, uh, I guess, with the concept or the realization. However you want to address it or look at it. But at the end of the day, we gonna dig right in. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but y'all know that I always come up with a yarn or two in this process. I don't know why that is though. It always happened that way. But at the end of the day, it's all good. Just left my other job and got here. So let's dig in. Let's see what. Oh, my scalp is itching. I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. But let's jump right on in. Uh, of what we got, what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about. It says that I experience and express the power of trust because all of my debts, all of my debts have been paid. I will express and experience the power of trust because all of my debts have been paid. So now it says there are three very profound messages we can take away from this crucifixion, from the crucifixion of Christ. Hmm. Once we understand these three things, life takes on a completely different meaning. Okay, let's see. Let's see what y'all think about it. All right, number one, I do this so that you don't have to do it. I suffer so that you will not have to suffer. You will never need to be afraid of people or circumstances. You will never need to be, okay, there go one yarn. You will never need to be afraid of what people can do to you or how you will survive what happens to you. You will never need to fear ignorance, persecution, or death. I do this so that you will never have to do it. That's number one. Number two, Father, forgive them for they know not what they do. They know not how they dishonor you with fear and doubt. They know not how it saddens your heart when they do not trust you. They know not that they dishonor you by dishonoring themselves. Father, forgive them for they not forgive them for not knowing how disturbed the balance, how to no, let me start over. Father, forgive them for not knowing how it disturbs the balance of the universe when they rely on themselves rather than leaning on you. Number three, it is done. All that could ever be required of you to move into your rightful position as an heir of God is done. Trust me, it is done. Until today, you may have thought that there was something number two, something you needed to do to secure your future. Just for today, realize that it was done a long time ago. The check was written and signed. All you have to do is pick up the goods. Today I am devoted to claiming my inheritance of good and goodness. So, like I was saying um, in the beginning, like me and some other people do this meditation along with a couple of others, um, and this one was kind of controversial, and not kind of, it was. Um, one of the things that came up out of the conversation was how how is all my debts paid when I'm still having to pay back student loans and this, that, and the third, and so the conversation got kind of deep, because it's like, well, if I trust in the power greater than me, all of it is paid. All my debts are done. All my debts are taken care of. So I said that because I do trust in the power greater than me, that all my debts are really paid. I'm just going through the motions of living life on life terms here on earth. So if I'm working and operating in the spirit, everything's paid. I don't have to I don't have to worry about it, you know, at the end of the day. I don't. Because the good book says all my debts are paid. That he died on the cross for me. He was crucified. And see, they got hung up on the word crucified. You know, he was crucified for all of my sins. Those that I knowingly committed, those that I didn't know I had committed, and those that I may commit down the line. You know, because like I don't always know. No, I'm not gonna say I don't always know right from wrong, because I do. But I don't always categorize things. This is a sin. This is not a sin. Uh, what goes in the sin box and what don't go in the sin box. I don't know, but some of my other people that was talking about this topic um, pointed out. Hold on, let me get the book again, because one of the things that was said today was, where is it at? Said that I said that you will never need to fear ignorance, persecution, or death. So let's look at those three. Now, death is not something that I fear because as well as I was born, I know I must die. Uh, as well as I live, I know I must die. You know, but to fear ignorance and persecution, uh, listen, I feel like that I be persecuted kind of regularly. You know, for something that I do or say that people don't agree with or can't see it my way, or and so I get persecuted. You know, whether it's verbally, mentally, emotionally, and even sometimes spiritually. Believe it or not, you know. Um, but what I look at is like if you walked a mile in my shoes, you will see why I say what I say or feel how I feel. Cause now, do I fear people ignorance? Fear others for being ignorant? No, I don't. Is it frustrating? Why, hell yeah. Uh, because it's like some of it to me, it's just like be common sense. It's like how you not get that? Come on now, But I have to remember, everybody ain't done the work that I've done, and everybody. Okay, ooh, that was three. Everybody ain't been or walked in my shoes, So, uh, there are some things well, I don't know if there's anything in this life that I fear, you know. And I know that there's some things I might have anxiety about, but that ain't a whole lot that I fear. And I don't fear is because that I do have a God that I trust in. Power greater than me, and I choose to call it my power God. I don't care about nobody else. But there are some things that I trust them. So at the end of the day, because I do have that trust, it ain't a whole lot that I fear, because I do know, and I have evidence that He works in mysterious ways, and everything always happens and turns out for my good, uh, or for the good that He has planned for me, even if I don't understand it. Because now don't get it twisted. I ain't saying my life is peaches and cream and everything just fall into place like it's supposed to, because that is bullshit. It don't. I mean, now it fall into place like it's supposed to, like He wanted to, but I don't always agree with the way it happened. Because I have to go through some stuff to get to that place. Whether I'm going through it in an emotional, or where I'm going through it in the spirit, or whether I'm going through with it through physical trauma or whatever that looks like. Um, I go through, you know, but it's not the fact that I go through; it's how I go through. Do I go through? Oh my God, fear, scared, questioning, wondering? Or do I go through it knowing that at the end, I'm going to be blessed? I'm going to be blessed. You know, it's how I receive that is what counts, is how things will come up. So, if you're out there today, this midnight, or okay, I dropped some. Let me see. There you go. If you're out there with me, check in. Holler, give me a shout out. Let me know. Oh, there we go. Let me know that you with me. Uh, Even if you ain't with me right now, just check in with me when you can. You know, I'm here for a little while. So it's like in the beginning, it said that when I understand, and I don't want to misquote this, so y'all know how I do. I don't want to misquote. It says that once we understand these three things, life takes on a completely different meaning, you know. So, quite naturally, we don't all understand the same. Um, and we don't all get the same meaning, you know. Hey, y'all, this little thing, I don't know. So I got this, and at first I had to kind with the little beads on it, and they was really getting on my nerves. Look, because I looked like some real old grandmama with them things trying to hold my glasses up. But anyway, so it's like we all don't understand the same and get the same meaning at the same time. So we're reading those three things. Um, and I think for me, because I have read them before, life did take on a different meaning for me, you know. And one of those meanings that it took on for me is that, like, uh, I have to live to honor my divine power or the divine power, because it's not my power because I don't have none. But I have to honor that power that I call God, and sometimes I don't always know how I'm honoring, no, not how I'm honoring him, or know how in certain situations to honor him, because it's all a process. To me, I'm still learning. And I learn every day. I learn something new every day, uh, and how to honor, be respectful, and pay homage. You, you know, uh, because somebody died on a cross for me, my sins, my family. Um, so it does show up differently for me. So how do it show up for you guys? How do life or your understanding of what was read show up for you? You know, um, how do you honor and pay homage and respect and trust? Trust is the main word in there, you know, because it said when I trust that these things are what took place for me, for my divine purpose, you know. So it's like, how do we trust the power that we call, or whatever we call it, that is greater than ourselves? How do we operate in that trust, knowing that, like, we don't have all the answers? Well, let me say, I don't have all the answers. And let me be honest, I don't ever want to have all the answers. Cause shit, that mean like I'll be close. I'll be thinking that I'm God or Jesus or or something. If I had all the damn answers, it's like, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing? Why do I feel? I mean, why am I even here if I had all the answers? Cause then I think that if I had all the answers, I'd be mega mega rich. Uh, I put it all in. I put it in a bottle and say this shit. That's for me. Cause like I'm always, not that I'm always looking for the next big break, But I am looking to be comfortable and content. And let's not get it twisted. Cause right now I am comfortable and I'm content. Um, I don't have a whole lot of major concerns right now. Like I ain't stressing for money. Um, Now don't get it wrong. Now I can always use some, but I ain't stressing for none. Like all my needs are being met, and a lot of my wants. You know, so because I trust everything is gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? So I go through life every day doing and okay, I can take this out because I'm through reading now. Cause that glare be killing me. Okay, that was so much better. So I go through life every day, and when I wake up and I thank God, and when I lay down I thank Him. But during the course of the day, I don't miss a beat. Like if it's something in particular that I want, I get it. I purchase it. Um, all the bills are paid. I can put gas in the car. I can even be a blessing for somebody else um, at times, um, more times than not. I'm a blessing to others. You know, I pay it forward, you know, because it be dropped in my spirit. I do follow the spirit, you know, I ask, and like I said, I'm still learning, but I ask for guidance and direction and all of that. And sometimes it's clear, and sometimes it's not so clear. And those times when it's not so clear, I get clarity from other people that that I interact with. That like are my top five. That my go-to people. Because like when I don't quite understand something, I don't. I try. I know. I don't try. I don't make a move now. I don't make a move without running it through by somebody else, and that's because I can't always depend on my thinking. Cause shit, my thinking got me in a lot of trouble, a lot of times. So I do trust, as it was talking about in here. I do trust that Jesus was crucified and died on the cross for me, and all my debts have been paid. Um, Even the ones that I haven't acquired yet have been paid. You know, so I don't do a lot of worrying and wondering how this gonna get done, how that gonna get done. Uh, when it's time for it to happen, I just do it. I take care of it. You know, I ain't missed a meal yet. I ain't missed a car payment yet. I ain't missed a rent payment yet. Uh, and I don't think I will. You know, not because uh, I'm this great. Um, I have this great resource of funds. I just am a good stewardess over what I've been blessed with, over what I've been given. Uh, I'm a good stewardess. You know, I manage. Uh, I manage better than I used to. Uh, Now, in these last few months, I went a little haywire. And I'm not. I ain't gonna even say I went a little haywire. I just did something for myself that I hadn't done in a long time. And that's number four, I think. Number four, yeah, that was number four. Uh, but and I think no, I know in these last couple of months I have been doing stuff for myself, like purchasing stuff for myself, that I haven't done. I haven't, like I really hadn't done for myself in a while. So in the last, I'd say probably last 3 months, uh, I just been doing stuff for Emma, you know, but not just for Emma. I've done things for other people as well because I trust that uh, all my needs are gonna be met. And like I said, some of my wants have even been met. Now, off the top of my head, I can say that I have a debt that I have not physically paid, but I know that the God of my understanding have blessed them, that individual, um, have blessed them tenfold. But that don't let me off the hook. And now that I mentioned it, I'm gonna make arrangements to take care of that because I need to. It was a debt that I acquired, and I considered a person a friend. And it's been some years that I haven't done anything about it. So I'm gonna get on top of that, you know. And so no one has checked in with me today, and it's okay. Um, I think so. It's 12:23. We're gonna close in a minute. And I keep opening it. I'm opening this book because there's something else I wanted to share, to go to highlight or to talk about. One of the other questions that was really heated, or was not questions, statements. And it was one. It says that I do this so that you don't have to do it. I suffer so that you will not have to suffer. You will never need to be afraid of people or circumstances. Mm. You will never need to be afraid of what people can do to you or how you will survive what happens to you. And that I went with, there were some things that had happened to me, and at the time I was afraid because I didn't know no better. Um, and not only because I didn't know no better, I was young. But when I look back now, I survived. That person and the other people and the situations, the circumstances, I survived. And in that survival, it made me a better person. It made me have more clear understanding of how people in the world operate. Because there's good people, there's bad people, there is hateful people, friendly people, nasty people. I mean, this world is made up and built up of all kind of people. And excuse me again. And let me say for me, when I've been through some things, uh, it gives me a better understanding of how to operate and handle and deal with other people and situations that come about. Now, is that something that I always want to go through? No, because I don't always want to be struggling. I don't always want to. I don't always want to be like walking around in fear or walking around like, oh my God, and not knowing and situations and stuff like that. Excuse me for 1 second. Hey, can you push that door for a second, please? Yeah, I'm in uh, background. So back, I apologize for that. So back at it. So in In hindsight, you know, I do know that there are some things that automatically put people fear. Okay, and I got a good example because, like yesterday, I was coming home and there was a snake like right in front of my door, and I spiders and snakes. I don't play around with, you know. But let me say, so when I first seen the snake, I didn't think it was real. I thought, you know how little kids be playing jokes on their friends and stuff. Uh, I thought that's what it was, and then it dawned on me. Don't know little kids live back here around you, so ain't no little kid been back here. So I make it on in my house, and then I came back and I looked again, and I'm like, oh, that's a real snake. Um, and so I had in that moment I had to make a decision what I'm gonna do about this snake. Cause one, it can't get in my house. I didn't know if it was poisonous or not. I just assumed that it was because hell, I live around some woods. I live in a wooded, I got some wooded area. So I just assumed that it was a poison snake. So you know those reacher grabber things that people have. So I got a couple of them in my house. My husband do anyway. So I go and I grab one of them, and now I still got stuff to get out of my car, and I don't want to keep walking by this snake in fear of that the snake was gonna get me, you know. So I grabbed one of the reacher things and I grabbed at the snake. Well, I didn't get him the first time, but I was a little more sturdier the second time. So I got it and I slung it back over in the woods. Now, originally, y'all heard me say when I first walked up on the snake, I was like, because I don't do snakes and I don't do spiders. Now, I ain't always been afraid of spiders. But until I got bit by a brown recluse, that's when I started having a fear of spiders. But anyway, I slung the snake back over. Now, let me just be truthfully honest. It I didn't have those thoughts in mind to get rid of, to try to get rid of the snake. You know, I was gonna call the maintenance people. Let them know, hey, this is snake back here. Somebody come get it. Woo, woo, woo. But then I'm like, I mean, you live in a wooded area, so uh, there was a power greater than me saying, hey, you can handle this. Put him back over there. So, but when I told my husband about the snake, he said, well, if you're talking to me, I would have killed him, cut his head off. No. I said, well, how would you done that? Well, even though I didn't know if it was poisons or not, I just, you know, depending on how close it was, I just stepped on the head without getting, bit. And I'm like, okay. But for me, I didn't want to be that close. I was close enough. You know, I was close enough where I could grab it and throw it, sling it back over. And I ain't got to worry about when it stuck his little tongue out like that. And I was like, okay, I got you on the end of this thing, baby. You can't get to me. I'm going to sling you. So, but I say that to say, um, there are some things that come up that I got a little fear about on the front end originally. But when I take a minute and take a breath, it comes to me of what I need to do. And it lets me know that, hey, you ain't in no danger. I got you. Just trust me. And it did. And it always works like that for me. But at the end of the day, y'all, I just need to say thank you for tuning in. For those that did, and even for those that didn't, thank you for uh, giving me the opportunity to help myself if I don't help anybody else. Because, like, it's good for me as well as for others. It's really good for me because I get to uh, say the stuff out loud, man. I don't have to hold it in. And with that being said, until this time, next Thursday, y'all be blessed. Have a good weekend. Don't get in no trouble. Keep your head up. Love on yourself. Self care is real and very much needed. And do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And with that being said, good night.